Hello, my little stargazer. It's Danielle Mercurio here with the October Citystrology edition. So I am here to give you your cosmic mashup of everything you need to know for the month ahead, whether it be astrology, the planetary alignments, just the typical trends that I'm noticing to give you more awareness of your outside world so you can work on your inside world, you. So the month of October, there's just so much going on. I am so jazzed up about it all, and I really want you to just follow with me. We are going to get right into it. Take notes, rewind, ask me questions later, but let's just get right into it, okay? So right now we are in the sun position of Libra, and Libra is all about balance. There's the golden scales that represent the sign. So you really want to start to see where you are falling too much into that trap of all or nothing thinking, whether it be in the things that you're working on, the things that you're trying to cut back on for yourself, or more importantly, your relationships. Relationships are going to be huge this month. This is a time where you want to start to assess the people that are in your life. And it can be in the workplace, it can be friendships, it can be your love life. It could be anything really. And what you're going to start to notice is you're going to be put into situations that are going to either make the relationship with that other person grow stronger or grow further apart. And you're going to need to honor that. You're going to need to realize that you can either go all into the relationship, or you're going to need to scale back and see that maybe now's not the time. But know that when a relationship is taken away from you, it is not meant to be a punishment or to mean that you're going to be more lonely now or anything like that. No. When one relationship is cleared away, it brings the space for a new one to enter, and one that is more powerful and one that is more energetically aligned with you, therefore bringing more satisfaction and more fulfillment into your life. And who doesn't want that, right? And so another thing that's happening this month, we have this really cool thing happening. It's called the Grand Trine. And I'm calling it, well, no, I'm just going to keep it the way it is. It's called the Grand Trine. And what's going on in this trine is when you have three planets that are perfectly aligned, they're 120 degrees from each other, making this like triangle situation going on here. And each point of the triangle represents a planet of the sign of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. They're the three fire signs of the zodiac. So their planets are coming together to form this really cool grand trine triangle. And what that's going to do, it's going to give you an extra boost. It's going to give you more energy, more stamina. There's a lot, like I said, going on this month, and so that you don't feel overwhelmed or you don't feel burdened, I want you to call upon this grand trine energy. When you feel like you're too tired to go out and meet with a friend or work, a little bit longer on a project that you have due in a few days, call upon this energy and say, I am ready for my energetic boost. I am ready to be lifted higher. I am ready to take things to the next level. And you'll get that lift. You'll get that boost. So just know that you're being protected in that way. And especially if you are a fire sign. So if you're a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, you're really going to be feeling that energy and more jazzed up. So that's just something fun for you to have. In addition, we have two eclipses going on. We have the lunar eclipse that's happening on October 8th, and then we have the solar eclipse that's happening on October 23rd. Now, before we get into these energies, I want us to kind of think back. So let's go back in time for a moment. And we're going to shift into April of earlier this year. Now, April was a crazy month, if you can remember. There was a lot of friction going on. There were eclipses. There was, the planets were making this grand cross that was just making everything really tight and bunched together. And a lot of sudden change may have happened. New things may have been taken away from you suddenly, or old patterns, or people, or just things that, were making you stuck were completely just been made in a way to almost feel worse. And it was really hard. There was a lot of struggle, but that was 6 months ago. And now we're back again, and we're back into this period of eclipses. And I want you to think about where you were then and where you are now, and those things that you thought were really big challenges, those situations that came up that you weren't sure how you were going to handle. How did you get through them? Did you handle them? Did they find a resolution? And if they did, you're going to notice that they're really going to be in a place now where you're really going to start to see the benefits. You're really going to start to reap the rewards of the hard work that you did since the month of April. Now, if you were forced to make a change in April and you didn't, let's say you are still seeing that guy that has been on again, off again, or you're still at that job that you have been saying for months that you're going to quit, now's the time to get that release. It's time to stop carrying it on. It's time to stop just, continuing this energy that just isn't serving you and that is just weighing you down. So what I recommend is this. First, we have the lunar eclipse this month. Now, where these eclipses are a little bit different than in April. The eclipses in April were really about forceful change and really kind of shaking you up and getting you upset so that hopefully you'll move into a new phase. This one's more about, okay, let's release. Let's break through this. Let's try something new. And it's going to have a little bit more of a gentle nudge to it. So for the lunar eclipse on the 8th of this month, it's going to be ruled by the sign of Aries, and it's going to be right around the full moon. And so I really want you to think about, where can you make a really big, bold move in your life? What kind of courageous gesture can you make? This is a really just a great time to think about where you're ready to take things to the next level, what you're ready to just finally get over and just finally be done with, and realize that certain things just, they're not serving you anymore. And so it's just kind of like no looking back, moving forward, and just seeing, that you're actually more prepared than you realize. You actually do have everything you need to try something new and to get something going. Just start where you're at and realize that a lot of times when we hesitate, that's just our ego, that's just fear trying to keep us stuck where we are. And who wants to be stuck? That's just meh. So anyway, moving on to the solar eclipse, which is on October 23rd. Now the solar eclipse is all about just taking all of those strides we make, taking all those changes, and really giving us a nice, beautiful, healing wave of energy. Letting our hearts be cleansed and refreshed so that we can be renewed to try something else out. This also is going to be occurring as we enter the new sun sign of Scorpio. And with that, Venus is also going to be in Scorpio. So this might be a really great time to have some new love in your life. Now, if you guys have been feeling it like I have, I know the past couple of months I've been really working hard on myself. I've been really working hard on my business and just building all those things further. But I haven't given a lot of time for love. And you know what? I could use some love. And you know what? You can use some love. So now is the time to, freshen up your love life. If you're already in a relationship, maybe it's a time to let your partner know how much you love them. Or, if you're not at that stage yet, just care about them and be willing to try something new in any way that might be exciting for you. So just know that with this solar eclipse, not only is it bringing you this beautiful energy of healing and just renewed energy, you are also going to be getting the opportunity to seek out more when it comes to love. And whether it be you're single and you're looking, I have a feeling that someone new may be coming your way. Or if you're already in a committed relationship, it's a time to really start to recommit to your partner and, let them know that maybe you've been ignoring them a little bit, maybe you've been doing a lot of self-work or working on other projects. It doesn't mean that you love them any less, and show them how much you love them even more. All right, so now we're going to get to the dreaded happening that everyone's already starting to talk about. I'm already seeing the comments. The questions are coming up. It's back. Mercury retrograde. Ah. Okay, so this is our third one of the year. And I know that everyone just freaks out when we get it. It has a really bad rap. And rightfully so. When Mercury goes into retrograde, what is happening? The planets, instead of moving forward in a steady motion, it halts backwards. And so everything is all of a sudden ripped from this beautiful steady strides that they're making into a reverse motion and causing a lot of just backtracking and stumbling. And Mercury rules communication, reasoning, and things of that way. So you find that there may be more miscommunication, people aren't understanding each other, people aren't listening correctly, and it just kind of causes a lot of disruption. Now the great thing about the Mercury retrograde in this month, again, like I was saying before, there's a little bit more gentle energy with all these planetary changes that are happening. And so what I want you to do with this Mercury retrograde, to start, instead of looking at the things that are going right in your life that you're worried might get messed up by this retrograde, I want you to think about the areas of your life that aren't working, that seem to be going backwards, that seem to be holding you back in life, and see how if maybe you get rid of them, you can move forward. So use that energy of Mercury retrograde going backwards to actually work in your favor, so that the things that have been currently going backwards can now start to go forwards. Does that make sense? I want you to also think about, again, not getting sucked into the stigmas behind Mercury retrograde, to not worry so much about the stereotypes. I want you to get really clear on if you do have something big happening, a big project, a move, something like that, just be really detailed, really clear on everything that you need to do. Document everything. Communicate clearly. And also, this is something else you can do too. Rise above it. Rise above Mercury retrograde. I challenge you to do that. I challenge you to vibrate at a level so high that this, disruptive Mercury energy doesn't even faze you, because you're just gliding right over it. So try that out too, and let me know how that goes. So again, don't worry about Mercury retrograde. Just be really, mindful, be prepared, make sure that you kind of just take a second look at things that maybe you normally wouldn't have, and use it as a beautiful opportunity to rectify the things that aren't working and start to get them going in a new way. Start working them in a new energy. So this month, that was a lot, right? There's a lot going on. There's a lot to think about, but really this is what I want you to think about for this month of October. I want you to start to honor what is working in your life and really be ready to let go of the things that aren't. You cannot hold on to them any bit longer. I know that it's scary to let go, and I know that going into something new can be really just unknowing, like when someone says, here, go climb that wall, and they don't give you any equipment, how do you know how to do it? But you find a way. And so I ask what you do is to try new things. Be willing to make mistakes, but I think the best thing that you can do is just to remember that you need to just start where you're at, and you need to start now. Instead of continuing to put the things off, just start with little baby steps and see what might happen. And you might be really surprised that by just doing a little bit or putting yourself in the space of being ready to start, what might happen. This is also a time to start asking for what you want. Ask for what you need. A lot of times we get frustrated because we don't have the resources we need to go forward, but are you asking for them? Or are you worried about what people might say, or you don't want to bother anyone? Trust me, people find a way to bother you when they want something, so now it's your turn. And don't feel guilty about that. It all comes around in full circle, right? So this month, just really focus on obtaining balance, asking for what you need so that you can start now, and let go of the things that aren't serving you. Know that anything that's being taken away from you is for good reason, and it's most likely so something even better can come for you. So I'm so excited for you this month. I don't want you to worry about any of the negative stigmas around the eclipses or the retrogrades or any of that. I want you to focus on you. I want you to focus on what it is that you need most in your life. If you're single, getting that hot new man or woman that I see coming for you towards the end, whatever it may be, because you deserve it. And I want you to know that you deserve to be happy. I'm giving you full permission to really take on the next level, because you can do it. And there's nothing stopping you. And so I look forward to seeing what happens this month. I see just a lot of new opportunities and a lot of growth. And in the meantime, I'm going to be posting a link shortly for my written monthly blog of the monthly horoscopes that I post over on the Daria Awaken. And I have a radio show that I did back in June, I want to say, about Mercury retrograde. So I'll post a link to that as well if you want to learn more about it. And just continue to follow me for more happenings in my world and how they can help yours. Until next time, have a beautiful, beautiful moment in this time. All right, bye.